In the last few lectures, we learned how to create a guard and how to apply a guard on a controller endpoint level as well as on a controller level. So if I go to VS Code, currently we are applying this authorized guard on the controller level. That means this guard will be applied on all the endpoints which we have inside this user controller. Now, in a module, we can also have multiple controllers. And in those multiple controllers, we can have multiple endpoints. So if you want to apply a guard on all the controllers in a module, we can also apply a guard on the module level. Let's see how we can do that. So currently I am applying this authorized guard on the controller level, but I'll remove it from here, or maybe I'll comment it and I'll keep it for your reference. So now we have removed this authorized guard from the controller level. Now let's see how we can apply this authorized guard on a module level. For that, let's go to usermodule.ts file. So whenever you want to apply a guard on a module level, you need to take care of two things. In our example, in our guard, in the authorized guard, we are using the configuration from the auth config. So first, we need to inject this auth config in the module where we want to apply the guard. And the second thing which we need to inject is this JWT module. And these two things we are already doing here. Now what we need to do is we need to go to the providers array, and in there we need to specify an object, and in that object first we are going to specify the provide property, and to this provide property we are going to assign a constant, and that constant is app underscore guard. And to use this app underscore guard, we also need to import it from nestjs/co. This is the first step. The second thing which we need to specify here is use class. So using this use class, we specify that whenever an app guard needs to be applied, which class to use for that app guard. In this case, we want to use authorized guard as the app guard. And that's it. Let's save the changes. And with this, all the controllers and their endpoints which belongs to the user module, they are now protected. Let's test that. Let's go to Postman, and here let's first go to get all users request. And for this request, I'm not specifying any JWT. So if I try to access this endpoint to fetch all the users, if I send this request, we should get this 401 unauthorized response. That is correct. Now let's go to get user by ID. There I'm specifying the JWT for a logged in user. Now this JWT, it should not have been expired, but let's try it. So if I send the request, you see here also we are getting this unauthorized response. That means this JWT has expired. It is not valid. So that's why I'm not able to access this endpoint. But let's go to login request, and there let me log in this user again. So when I log in this user, you see for login also I am getting this unauthorized response. Now why is that? We applied this authorized guard only on the user module. But for some reason, this authorized guard is being applied on all the modules. And this is what you need to understand here. So this implementation which we are doing here, where we are using this app guard constant, this means that whenever we set this app guard constant in any of the module, it gets set globally, which means not just the user module where we are using this app guard, it is going to protect the entire application now. So that means all the controllers and their endpoints in this application is now protected. And that's why we are also not able to access this login route. If I open a route from the tweet, so for example, get tweet by user ID, there, let me specify the user ID as 26. And if I send the request for this also, we will get this unauthorized response. So now all the endpoints in our application is protected by this authorized guard. And that's because we have set this app guard constant to this authorize guard. That means this app guard is going to apply this guard globally. And because of that, all the routes are now protected. So this is how we can apply a guard globally by setting this app guard constant. Now, if you want to apply the authorize guard only to endpoints in the user controller, then you can do that by applying that auth guard only on the user controller using this syntax. But if you want to apply auth guard globally, you can do it by using this app guard constant in any one of the module. Now here, this authorize guard is being applied globally. But if you see, if we have a new developer in our team, he's going to start working on this project. And if he sees that we have this code in the user module, he will think that this authorize guard will only be applied on the user module. So if he is not aware about this concept, he might think that this guard will only be applied for this user module. But when he will start testing the application, he will find that all the endpoints in this Nest.js application is guarded. So it might create a confusion for that new developer. And to avoid that confusion, what we can do is we can write this same logic either in the app module, which is the root module of our Nest.js application, or we can do it in the auth module, which we have specifically created for authentication and authorization. So either we can do it inside this auth module or in the app module, which is the root module of our application. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to move this logic from here. So I'll cut it from here. And let's go to app module.ts file. And there in the providers array, so let's scroll down. Here we have the providers array. There I'm going to add that object. Now, when we are adding this object, here we also need to import this app guard and authorize guard. So let's do that. Let me import app guard from nestjs/core and let's import this authorize guard from this file. And we also learned that wherever we want to use a guard, we will also have to inject this auth config and this JWT module. So now, since we are not using the authorize guard directly inside this user module, I can also cut this from here, these two lines. Let's save the changes. Let's go to app module.ts file. And there also we have this imports array. In that imports array, after this pagination module, I'll add a comma. And after that, I'm going to paste those two lines. Okay. And again, in order to use this auth config, we need to import it inside this file. And in order to use this JWT module also, we need to import it from nestjs/jwt. Okay, let's save the changes here in this file. Let's go to user module.ts file and let's remove all the unnecessary import statements. Let me save the changes here. Let me also go to user controller.ts file and from there also, let's remove any unnecessary import statements. Okay. And let's save the changes. Let's quickly go to the terminal and let's see if we have any error. So as you can see, the application is built successfully. And let's just test the endpoint that the endpoints are protected or not. So again, let me send a request to get all the tweets made by user with user ID 26. If I send this request, you see, we are getting this 401 unauthorized. If I try to get all the users, here also I'm getting this 401 unauthorized. And here, where I'm specifying the JWT, but since this JWT has expired, it will not be a valid JWT. So if I try to get a user by its ID, here also we will get 401 unauthorized. Now the problem is, in order to get a valid JWT, we need to allow user to log in. But since we have applied the authorize guard globally, this login endpoint is also protected. So a non-logged in user cannot access this login endpoint also. But that should not be the case. The sign up endpoint and the login endpoint should be public. Any user should be able to log in, or any user should be able to sign up to our application. So these two routes, these two endpoints should be public, and rest other endpoints should be private. Let's see how we can do that, how we can make this login endpoint and the sign up endpoint public in our coming lectures. But I hope now you understand how you can apply a guard globally with the help of this app guard constant. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.